Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe it, but the makers of Raid Shadow Legends are back with the new promo code. It's RAID7, and if you are a new player in Raid Shadow Legends or you're rolling a new account, this promo code gets you Pelops the Victor, who is a part of the new Argonites faction, 100% completely for free off rip, which means if you use my sponsored link down below in the description or the QR code on screen, you get 1 additional free legendary plus 3 free epics as you level up your account, and you put in this code, you now have 2 free legendaries. Plus, if you do this in a timely fashion, I think you can still capitalize on the 7-day Ezio login event series. That's 3 free legendaries. This is absolute freaking madness. This is all a part of the 7th anniversary events in Raid Shadow Legends, so I think there was quite literally no better time to go in and start playing the game, because you can capitalize on all the free events and you get Pelops the Victor. And in case you were wondering, okay, Chiscool, well, Pelops the Victor sounds good. You know, you've talked about Ezio in your videos. You've talked about how you started. You got Tholen. You talked about all the epics you got. But tell me what Pelops is actually good for. Like, if I'm entering a code for this champion, what's he good for? So if we go to the Argonites faction, which is brand new, Pelops is right over here. He is an HP burn champion. And also the art is absolutely sick. Now, I took a look at his kit in a prior vid, but here's the sense that I've got about him. My impression is that as an HP champ, as a champ that's really focused on HP burn, he is going to probably obliterate bosses. That is my sense about what he'll be good for. So we're talking Hydra, Plan Boss, I'm looking at my notes here, and pushing dungeon progression in general. He also has damage taken reduction, which is pretty major. So I think if you get this dude and you move in the early game, it feels like a pretty good way to get a lot of progression. Let's talk about it. 75% chance of decreased attack debuff, and if they're under HP burn, it can't be resisted. We've got over here, ignore 50% of the target's defense if they're under HP burn. So, like, obviously we got to get this burn going. But the damage inflicted increases by 10% for every turn remaining on any debuffs on this champion and the target, stacking to 200%. And if the damage inflicted by the skills is the 50% of the target's max HP, steal all buffs and stun. Can't be resisted if they're under HP burn. This is crazy. Places 50% attack, magma shield buff on all allies. The value of the shield is equal to 30% of this champion's max HP, which we know is going to be high because he's an HP champ, so you're going to stack that. Taunt on this champion for 2 turns. Passive effect, decrease the damage all allies receive by 20% while this champion is not under a decreased defense debuff. This dude seems so cracked, okay? And then this champ is immune to stun, HP burn, and petrification. Whenever an enemy attacks this champ, 100% chance of placing HP burn debuff on that champ. So that's how it all comes together. And by the way, the aura is ally resistance. So if you want to get the actual best start possible and a ton of free champions, use my download link for Raid Shadow Legends. Enter the code RAID7 for the actual best start. Oh, and did I mention that there's a summon boost right now too? So if you were going to run in and do a bunch of summons right away, yeah, you could do some work here. Now, I plan to do my summons in a separate video, but I put a little bit of thought into which champions you might want to go and select. So let's just talk about that real quick. If you are going to go in and get this best start possible and you want to do a bunch of summons here, here are some things that I would recommend, all right? So for our ancient shards, let's start here. There's 2 events. Let's talk about that. The 2 events here are the progressive chance, and when you summon any legendary champion, get a different extra one as a bonus. I have 112. I could do some damage with these ancient shards and potentially some damage on the progressive chance. I know 112 is not insane, but it ain't bad. Now for the epic spot, you're going to pick Geomancer. I believe that this is like one of the stronger epic champs in the game. So I think we just snap that off. Now for the legendary, we got some options here. I think I'm going to put Brogni in here. The reason I'm going for this is that it lets you go for an infinite clan boss team, which seems pretty good. There are multiple good champions in this lineup. Furol and Pallas are all likely very, very good. And so I think I pull quite literally all my ancient shards coming up. Separate vid, happening soon, subscribe. Then let's see here at the ancient tier. What are my options? So I can go in. Oh, same options. All right. I think we just set those there. Yeah. That's what I think we go for. There's the progressive chance event, which is nice. And it's also going to get us a bunch of points. If we end up getting the rare champion Slither Brute, we could also then use that to fuse Rosin Scarhide, which I could swing over here. Oh, by the way, there is also a Pelops fusion event going on, but you also can even just change the champion if you've started to accumulate some change fusion champion currency here for what it's worth. Here's Rosin. All right. So the rare champ Slither Brute is something I wouldn't hate getting from all these pulls if I happen to get them. There's Slither Brute. All right. Ancient Shards, where I might get that. Technically, I guess I could pull Mystery Shards too, but I don't know. TBD, chat. TBD. On the topic of 7th anniversary stuff, there is a 7th anniversary 7-day completely free pack that you can just pick up. Did I mention this is a really good time to start playing? Okay. What I want to get here, though, is the Special Progress pack. This is it. We found it. Special Progress, 5 Sacred Shards, $40. Onward and upward, as it says. We're just going to grab that real quick. So we are going to be so ready to rock for my summon vid. That's going to happen real soon. You enjoyed this one, throw a like on here, subscribe to the channel. Big thank you again to the makers of Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this vid. Using my download link not only gets you the actual best start possible, but also you can enter the Raid 7 code for Pelops the Victor as a new player or as someone rolling a new count, which is just straight gas, man. I think we're peaking at best time to start and raid, but you let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.